That's Nick.
And that's Joseph. And today we're here to give a rundown of my top 10 favorite films from the 2019 Toronto International Film Festival, which I attended for ioncinema.com, where you can go for further coverage.
So your number 9 film is The Painted Bird.
By, I'm probably butchering his name, a Czech director named Václav Marhoul. It's his third film in just 17 years. He's otherwise probably better known as an actor.
I thought you were going to say he's better known as, like he has a regular job.
Oh, yeah. No.
Like a shoe repairman.
No.
Okay.
But yes, The Painted Bird, which also competed simultaneously in the Venice Film Festival. And the reactions to the film are, some people think it's a masterpiece, and some maybe the worst film they've ever seen.
Well, you obviously like it.
I do like it.
So what is it about?
It's about a little boy in the Czech countryside in the mid-40s who meets a lot of terrible people as he's trying to survive
Why is he alone?
He's Jewish, and he had been sent by his parents to live with his grandmother to hide in the country, and then she unexpectedly dies. And
to escape from the Nazis.
To hide from the Nazis.
I haven't seen this movie, obviously.
And that she unexpectedly dies, and he accidentally burns their house down, and so then he has to wander the countryside and meet all these terrible people.
He's abused.
He's seriously abused. And, so I'm not going to say it's a masterpiece, and I'm all for miserableism, but this film is fucking over the top in the things that happen to this child.
Like what?
It opens with, then this is before like the bad shit happens to him. It opens with him carrying this, I think it's a ferret, and he's running from these boys who beat him and take the thing and put gasoline on it and burn it alive. And you see all of it. And that's how it opens. And it's not like I like seeing things like that, but there are several moments of things happening that I'll probably never forget.
Like what?
That and...
Is he like raped?
There's pedophilia. There's people getting eaten by rats. There's a very memorable scene involving Udo Kier and a couple of cats having sex. That scene alone is probably actually why it made it on my list. But it does go.
What are the cats doing?
So this boy is wandering this countryside, and every kind of foster family that takes him up is going through extreme dysfunction, and he gets caught up in whatever's going on.
Okay.
So he gets caught up in this family home of Udo Kier, whose wife has maybe a thing for this other younger man that's working nearby, and Udo Kier's old, and very jealous. And he ends up one night scooping that man's eyes out with a spoon, right after he brought a male cat home to fuck his cat. And as the cats are like having this sex with screaming in the kitchen while they're eating dinner, like the wife starts touching herself and Udo Kier loses it. And it's anyway, there's just there's a lot going on, and also
it's extreme.
It's very extreme, and you have people this from the Czech Republic, and you have Stellan Skarsgård in there, Barry Pepper, and Harvey Keitel. Skarsgård doesn't have any lines, but the other two are dubbed. So it's weird watching Harvey Keitel play a priest who's dubbed in a different voice. The cinematography is great. It's comparable to some better films like Son of Saul, which is... And I'm a big fan of Come and See, Alan Klimov's 1985 Russian film, which is probably one of the most harrowing war films ever made. And this is worth mentioning in conversation with that. Not as good, but it's based on a novel by Jerzy Kosiński. And there's controversy over that novel because it was supposedly autobiographical, and some people called him out on that and said, no, not all these things happen. But Kosiński also wrote Being There, which was famously made into a movie with Peter Sellers in 1979, which Melvyn Douglas won an Oscar for, and of a very different tone. But
so this boy obviously grows up.
No, it ends. So it goes through. There's the liberation. The Russians come in, but it turns out they're not really any better, except they equip him with his own weapon to defend himself. It just shows him kind of becoming like this innocence disappearing in him.
Okay.
basically.
So why do you like this movie so much?
Well, I like weird, miserable shit, so
Weird, miserable shit.
it's something, it appeals to a lot of things I like. I think it does do too much, but it is definitely worth seeing, and there are things that you will not forget that you see in it, and there's not many things you can say that about.
So what would you give it?
3.5.
Oh, wow.
5, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks.